As we already know, Giant Empire put out their Nissan Lancing update yesterday, but there is still many cars that people are wanting that we haven't gotten yet. So in this video, we're going to be talking about JDM cars that should be in Giant Empire. Huge thanks to one of my fans for giving me the suggestion. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, what better way to start off this video than with the Nissan Skyline R34? This was a car that I think a lot of people were expecting to be in this update, but unfortunately we didn't get it. We did get the R33 in this update, but we didn't get the R34, which is the one that people were more so like really wanting. And I think people were just like kind of upset and disappointed that it wasn't in this update with the Nissan Lancing. So I think adding this would definitely be a huge thing, like this would be like a really big deal. So yeah, I think the R34 should definitely get added to the game. Now let's stick with Nissan for a while. We're gonna kind of be on Nissan for like a little bit. So let's go ahead and move on to the Nissan GTR Nismo. This is another very popular Nissan model that I think people were really wanting as well. It's a Nissan GTR Nismo. I mean, honestly, both 2017 and like 2024 and like 2025 models, I think both of those would be really sick. Plus the 2025 one, like 2024 model, is like, dang. So having these two cars in the game, I think that would definitely be a awesome freaking addition. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to a car that I think people are kind of a little bit confused about. So let's go ahead and talk about the Nissan GTR50. So I had to do quite a bit of research with this car. From what I've seen, apparently it was I looked on Google and apparently it said one-off prototype. Then again with Google it said there was 19 built, and then I had to go look on ChatGPT to ask it a few questions, and apparently there was 50 planned and 19 built. So apparently they were already sold to users. So apparently this is a real production car that, you know, 19 were made. So I guess this thing does have a chance of coming to the game, and apparently it's really wanted. I mean, for me personally, I think it looks kind of weird, but I think a Tau design is kind of like, you know, because this car was designed by a Tau design. So I think I think the cars are just always like kind of, you know, like designed like that. So yeah, I think that's just kind of like whatever, but I think it would still be pretty unique to have this in the game. Would they have to get a Tau design licensing for it? Probably not, but still, either way, I think having this in the game would definitely be pretty sick. Now, our last Nissan on the list, yeah, I know, we're done with Nissan after this. So let's go ahead and talk about another really wanted car, the Nissan Silvia S15, or any Silvia. So Nissan Silvia S15, the S14, S13, you know, etc. All the other Silvias, yeah, whatever you like the most, yeah, those. So, but more specifically, I think people would like a Nissan Silvia S15 more. Me personally, I would prefer an S15 as well. So having this in the game, I think this will also be really cool. So yeah, I mean, I think adding some body kits for this thing, it will definitely be pretty freaking sick. So Nissan S15. So now, what kind of human being would I ever be if I didn't include the Toyota Supra on this list, or at least didn't even talk about it? Now, I've talked about Toyota in the past with like Toyota Lancing or Toyota like coming back or stuff like that. I've talked about it in the past, so if you guys haven't seen that video yet, then go watch it, or I can just explain it here, I guess. So here's the thing. So in the past, or at least it's very known, Toyota is pretty known to kind of be hard to license. It's mainly because of brand identity, so it's kind of like who Toyota associates themselves with. So basically, Toyota wouldn't want themselves to be associated with street racing because, well, in Giant Empire, you kind of drive fast and knock over things on public property. But yeah, it would definitely be very difficult to license Toyota. I mean, I think they could do it maybe if they do a little bit of negotiating, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe Vortex can give it a try. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe Toyota could come, maybe it won't, but all I know is that it's very difficult to get Toyota licensing now these days, at least from what I know of. Alright, so another really popular JDM suggestion, I feel like, is the Honda S2000 or the Honda S2K. Honda S2K would definitely be very sick. It's like a little smaller car. It used to be in the game with body kits, but then of course it got removed because Honda had to get removed from the game, unfortunately, so we did end up losing the Hondas in the game. But having Honda license, they would have to get the Honda licensing of course, but you know, it's saying that if Honda did get licensed, let's just say that. But yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to have a S2K in the game. So we're gonna be on Honda for a little bit, so let's go ahead and talk about the Civics. So specifically the Civic Type R, so like the, you know, like the 1999, and of course we can do some updated ones like the 2024 Civic Type R. Those would be really cool to have. Maybe include some like, you know, body kit options for like the Civics or whatever. I mean, I think those would be pretty cool. And now moving on to probably one of my favorite Hondas, probably the Honda Integra Type R. I freaking love the Integras. I don't know if anyone here loves the Integra just as much as me, but I absolutely love the Integras. cars. It's one of my favorite Hondas ever made. So having a Honda Integra Type R, like I don't even care what year it is. I mean, all the Integras look really interesting to me. So I would love to have like all the Integras, or like just even one of the Integras. I mean, having an Integra Type R in the game, that would be really cool. Now, of course, I gotta add on the Honda NSX, specifically like the older one, like the 1990s models and like stuff like that, like the older models. Having these in the game, I feel like it's kind of like a must if you want to do some like JDM like cars and stuff like that. So I think that would be a very good suggestion. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people want the NSX anyway, so definitely a car that would be really good to have if they ever do get the Honda licensing, or if they're ever like able to. And let's go ahead and talk about some Mitsubishis, you know? Yep, the piano company and the refrigerator company and the AC company and whatever else they make. What are they, a freaking sync company too? But let's talk about their Evos. Yep, their Lancer Evos. So I think having like at least just one of these, or just even having the full lineup would definitely be really sick as well. So having a full lineup of Lancer Evos would be freaking sick, or just even one of them. So yeah, I mean, it's another really high, like highly wanted car to have. So having some Lancer Evos in the game would definitely be freaking sick. And last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about a Mitsubishi Eclipse, specifically the 1995 one. Yep, Brian's Eclipse. Having this in the game, I'm not saying this just because of the Fast and Furious movie. I'm just saying it just because I think it would be a really nice car to have, and it's kind of like the more iconic one anyway. So yeah, I think that would be pretty freaking sick. So definitely should add that. And yeah, I mean, it would be a really nice car to have. Add some body kits to it. Maybe if possible, they can actually add the body kit from the Fast and Furious. So that'd be really freaking sick if they do. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Comment down below if there's any other cars you guys think should have been added to the game, or you know, any other Nissans that you think should have been added to the game that I didn't quite you know like realize or catch up on, or anything like that. So if there's any other Nissans or just JDMs in general that you guys think should come to the game, then yeah, I guess that's gonna be pretty much it anyway. So if you guys enjoy or anything like that, then leave a like, subscribe my channel, follow me on Twitter, enjoy this concern, Joe Script. I'll be linked in the description. Have a good day, everyone, and peace.